Okay, I asked Scott today, I haven't given lectures or anything for a while, so that I've been traveling and lecturing, but today I had so many people email me or question recent statements from a specific website, Dr. Mercola, which is one of the number one alternative medicine website, in which Dr. Mercola is criticizing low carbohydrate diets and stating how bad they are, which is absolutely a false statement. The reason I want to do this today is because I want people to truly learn about nutrition. I'm going to give you a 101, Nutrition 100, right? This is the most basic thing. When you have a client, this is what you need, or a patient, or anybody, this is what you need to think about when you really start a diet. I don't like the word diets because it puts you in a subgroup. I want to use nutrition. Now, to use true nutrition, not a diet, true nutrition, which then nutrition becomes the diet because it is going to happen with the steps that I'm going to show you today, or the factors that are involved on creating what is called a right nutrition. Not a diet, but a right nutrition. The number one factor in deciding what are you going to do with the client, or the number one factor for any person should be, number one, I'm going to make this big here, disease state. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I don't care. You have to take this into consideration first. What does disease state mean? Does a person has diabetes? Does a person have protein enterocolitis? Does the person have Crohn's? Does the person have pancreatitis? Okay, these diets are absolutely totally different. They cannot be the same. So that's why you need to require to know what state or where are you in your life. If you have diabetes, you don't want to be having starches. You have protein enterocolitis, you cannot have high protein levels. So are high protein levels bad for you in this case? Yes, they are. Are high carbohydrate diet for diabetes? Absolutely. So no, it's all disease dependent. Number two, goal dependent. Do I want to gain weight? Do I want to lose weight? Do I want to get in shape? Do I have to use it for sports? Do I have to use it for my activity? I have to work outside. I'm a marathon runner. I work in Alaska. I have hunters. I got people that go climb the Mount Everest. I have to use different things to be able to adapt. Now, look what I said there. Every function. So I'm going to call function, goal, or functionality. What is this person doing? Are they runners? Are they baseball players? They cannot have the same diet. Never, ever believe what they tell you. 3, genetics. And let me put here mutations. Why? Because you have an MTHFR mutation. If you have a COMT, okay, I have to take into consideration all those things, because by the time the patients come to see me or the client comes to see me, they have gone through everybody. I got to look at mutations. Although I do not like to order the test, sometimes I might need it. Race. People say, what does race has to do with anything? Blacks, whites versus Jewish versus Indians. Depending on that race, they might not eat certain things. People that are Jewish can eat pork. People in India cannot eat meat. So it all depends. I got to have results. I got to have recommendations to be able to make a difference. So can a person that come in India, can they eat red meat? No, because they don't want to eat it. Now, it's a choice, but still, I have to take that into consideration. So for me to tell you, oh, you're going to go on a high, no, you can't do that. Now, one thing that I put in disease state, and today I'm going to separate it for the first time, is allergies, because it's a disease state. But there's so much here. No, I have people that cannot have milk. I have people that cannot have dairy. I have people that cannot have beef. I have people that cannot have fish. I have people that cannot have crab meat or anything like that. So I have to be aware, especially if I have somebody with Crohn's or colitis, I got to be aware what the allergies are, which, by the way, for experts there, that they're going to say, oh, those are not true allergies, they call it intolerance, so food intolerance, right? But I like to do IgGs because that tells me the truth behind those allergies. No, IgE is a true medical food allergy, which you can develop an anaphylactic reaction. But for me, food allergies based on IgG, real blood tests, and I use allergytest.com. I'm not making money, I'm just telling you, I use that. It's simple, easy to read. It gives you a good background, it can be repeated later, and it's actually reproducible. It does truly tells me clinically what is going on with that patient. Now, if I have a person that is allergic to rice, I cannot give them rice. If I have a person that has celiac, which is a medical condition, I cannot give them wheat, breads, or oats, by the way. So do not believe that they should eat oats. No, they cannot eat oats. Be aware of all those things, okay? Number 6, location. Where do you live? If you live in Alaska and I tell you to go eat fruits all day, how are you going to do that? You can't do that because you don't have the access to that. So I have to be very aware of those things. Are you from Peru? Are you from Spain? Are you from Puerto Rico? You have access to different things. I got to be aware of all those things. I love this. I'm going to put it on red. Economy. If I tell you, oh, you need to eat organic foods, you need to eat clean foods, you need to eat prime steak, okay, and you don't have the money, it's absolutely absurd for me to tell you to go buy these supplements, to go do this. I got to look. I know that people do not look at that, but I do look at the structure of that. Now, if you go buy cereal, which is way cheaper, but eventually is more costly for you, I'm going to make you see those things in my office because, oh, I'm going to buy cereal, it's cheaper. No, it's not cheaper. It's very expensive if you think about it. I don't want to go on the cost of the manufacturing, but it's very expensive because it's going to affect your health later. So be aware that if you tell a person that has no economical means, and in my office, yes, I do charge a lot of money to be seen, but I also have people that have no money. God gave me a lot of things. I give those people breaks. And I say, okay, we need to plan. We need to do things that are cheaper for you. So I say, you might want to eat hamburger. You might want to eat eggs. We give you a cheaper form of what we need. So I do have to take that into consideration. This one is very important to me because people don't understand either. If you're in a low carbohydrate diet and we're on Christmas and you're meeting with your family, you're meeting with whoever, what should I do then? Well, then I got to plan 3-4 weeks before and then decide, oh, I'm going to go eat with my parents. My parents, I'm not going to see them that often. I'm going to eat junk. I'm going to stop myself of anything that my parents will make or my in-laws or whoever. I'm going to eat it all. Who cares? But I want to prepare myself before I got there because that's why this is important. Also, season decides what do I have access to. Season allows me to change fruits. Season allows me to change the content of my nutrition. Because when people like a fruit, for example, I'm going to say bananas, and I eat bananas over and over and over, you're not changing what you eat. You're eating the same food over and over and over, which creates issues later, but also nutrient deficiency. That's why you need to change with season. Eat apples when they're in season. Eat strawberries when they're in season. Eat cherries when they're in season. Change it. Now, oh, but I don't eat starches. Oh, I don't eat fruit. Then what about vegetables? You got to change those. Be aware of that, okay? Now, if I live in Hawaii, I have access, or Puerto Rico, and I got permanent fruits there that are growing all the time, then I don't have to worry about things like that. Of course, note that is season, but also location. This is crazy. Religion is huge also. Why? Jewish versus Hindu versus whatever. Those people will not eat certain foods due to their religion. And they have to fast, or they have to do that. If you are Romana, you have whatever, you're going to change what you're eating because you have religion, belief, or issues that you want to address when you're there. I look at that because it's very, very important for me. This is different than functionality. This is physical activity. I'm dealing with a nurse, I'm dealing with a doctor, I'm dealing versus a worker that has to go mow, that has to go lift blocks, that has to do construction. I gotta do what they do for a living, or what kind of physical activity they're doing, because it tells me what they're doing. Also, it tells me, and I should call it this way, job type. It's better than physical activity. I have a lot of farmers, and some farmers spray, which creates toxins, which creates issues that are going to affect them later in life. I got to prepare that body to be able to handle what that job capability or physical activity is going to be done. It's very important for me to be able to address that. And I know that sometimes we do not think about that, but you have to do it. If you are a person that requires vaccinations, or your immune system has to be ready for that. So I got to make different recommendations. If you are a person that works with chemicals all the time, or you are a person that is going to be outside on the sun all day, are you a person that has to deal with grass and get allergies later? I got to take all those things into consideration. For me to make a decision of what to do includes this. Now, I'm going to add one more to this, because I know some people didn't think about it. Sex. Is a man or is a female? Two genders, only man and female. Why is that important? Well, if you're a female, you can get pregnant. If you're a female, you have periods. If you're a female, you might require more fat during certain stages of your menstrual period, so you're not angry. If you are a female, you might also require more sugars. I feel better. So I gotta take all these things before I make a nutrition, before I tell you, oh, a low carbohydrate diet is bad, oh, a high carbohydrate is bad. No, that is not true. It depends on all the things here before you tell a person that is bad for you. You can't say that. Nutrition is not bad, done correctly. Diets are bad because it actually limits your choices of what you're going to do. And the best diet, if I was a dietitian, is a diet that you're not on. Because you're fat, you're out of shape, you're tired, it's because you're on the wrong diet. So you got to change it. So for me, it's nutrition. If I'm going to practice nutrition, I do not believe in diets. I believe on nutrition supplementation or I call it chrononutrition. You guys have more questions about this, please contact Scott at 614-596-7994. He'll be able to talk to you, and he will give me questions, and I will answer them. I'm just kind of upset with some statements that are being passed on the internet, which are absolutely lie. This is the total truth. If you look at everything you think about it, everything that you make, decision you make, this will give you a guideline where you have to be. Thank you.